stay with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries, competition shouldn't take.
Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check 26, check 26. Watch the safety creep. Let's go.
Now McNair looking for a first down throw. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for Darius Geis. And he'll take it into the... Point after try forthcoming. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check. Three. Patch it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 77 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
On the double. Come on, 52. I got it. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Go.
They go play action now. Haskins flush to his right. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here we go. 49, check 49, check 49. Wall, get wall.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McNair. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A gain of 6 there on 1st. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the 1st quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 3, check 3.
Out of the gun, it's McNair. Quick hitter here, it's complete. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
I got you. Joker. He's checking crap. Jim.
Operating from the gun. McNair. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 12. 1st down Seahawks.
1st down Seattle.
Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line.
Double up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Coming this way. Here we go. Check 3. Rush in. Check 3.
On 1st and 10, McNair. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They run. It's Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
That's good for the Bills. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Check. Go. Fresno. Watch the shit.
On play action, Haskins. He finds his man Johnson. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play here for the Bills. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Hey, watch it. Check.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
They're on 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Undercrush. Keep over. 52. Say, please. High seven.
On second down, McNair. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On third down, McNair. And that's caught by Smith. A gain of 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Hey, you got four down. Watch the twist. Kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McNair nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, McNair. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go play action with Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check safety, check safety. Right there.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The punt team on now as from their end zone they get it away. He'll take it at the 42. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. On first down, it's McNair. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
24 is the mic. Let's go, dude. Check 4, check 4.
Here's McNair. Buying time to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Operating from the gun, McNair. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check 50, check 50. Check 9, check 9.
from the gun. McNair, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
I'm going to hit you all.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw on second down. McNair. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Switch.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Todd Gurley, 81 yards, and the Bills will add on to their lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
McNair to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. From the gun on third down, McNair. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Looking to throw on second down. Haskins, the catch made by DeAndre Hopkins.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Open man here is Foster. 21 yards there on third down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Haskins on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
24 is the mic. Here we go, here we go. Out, out, squeeze.
On 1st down, McNair. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
36. Alert flare, alert flare.
To throw again, McNair. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. If they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From the 29, Haskins. There's the stiff arm. And that one's complete to Gurley. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Dancing to his left, and he's going to have the connection to Foster. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the 1st with Gurley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now the try here for the point after.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Back now in Buffalo, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Now a handoff looking right. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And the Seahawks on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, McNair. That one complete to Yeldon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
That's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Play action. Haskins. He finds Hopkins complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
Now Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
54, right there.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Don't take. Spell. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Check 99, check 99. Go, go. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Get that ball. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up. Turn on.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And the catch made by Johnson. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Got an open man, it's Foster. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Geis, they'll try to run it, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check three, check three, check three. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check three. Let it go.
Now McNair looking for a first down throw. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.